Welcome back to Angular Motion Week. This is project number 4. It's called the Phenakistascope. Very tricky to say, at least in my opinion. And we're going to start off with our templates and our cardstock. Mine's not quite the size of yours, but I'm going to work around that. So first, in your guys' case, you might just want to glue behind all the templates and then just put it straight up on your cardstock. But I'm going to cut my templates out a little bit first so I can make sure that it all fits on my cardstock. So I got my templates cut out, and I'm just going to make sure to cover all my template really good with glue. You can use purple glue stick, white glue, hot glue. You could use any glue, just make sure to glue it down really good. To pat down on my template just to make sure that it makes good connection with the other piece of paper, the cardstock under it. And then I'm going to move on to my next one, making sure I put a really good amount of glue and I cover every single piece of this paper to the point where my glue comes off. And I think I ran out of glue, so I'm going to grab another glue stick. Okay, now that I have my templates glued onto my cardstock, I'm just gonna cut around my templates one more time just to get them separated. And I like to make sure I cut as close to the line as possible to make sure when we use it, we get as clear of an image as possible. And now we have 2. So now that we have our templates cut out, we have these other lines coming down in between each of our little images of our horse and our little, excuse me. And we're gonna cut that out. So I'm gonna cut from this line all the way down to this side, all the way down. And once you cut on both sides, you should have this little flap right here. I bend it out like this, so where it's out, and then I just trim it like a little hair. Ooh, and there we go, we have a little gap. And we're just gonna repeat that all the way around. Okay, cool. All right, now that I've gone all the way around both of them, I have them cut out and they're ready to go. Next, we're gonna create the handle for this, and for that we're going to need our piece of a paint paddle, a push pin, some cork, and I like to use tape to put it together because we're going to put this cork onto this paint paddle at the end, just like that. But you can also use hot glue, but if you're going to use hot glue, I recommend you sand it because the cork has a coating on the outside. If you feel it, it's nice and smooth, and that's going to prevent our hot glue from sticking to our piece of paint paddle. But in my case, I'm going to use tape, and I'm just going to go all the way around it a few times to secure it. And just like that, we have our handle. And then the push pin is going to help us secure our templates, our 2 templates. I'm going to use the Jaguar one first. There is a little hole in the middle of this template, and that's where we want to put the push pin. So I'm going to poke a hole through it with the push pin. And now that I have it through, I'm just going to put it on the top upper part of my cork to make sure I have as much space to look past it, because we're going to look past it. We're going to look through it actually. I'm going to use a mirror that I have right here. You need to go run around, look around, and try to find your own reflective surface that you can see yourself in. The restroom, anywhere that has some type of mirror. And looking at the mirror, I'm gonna look right into one of the gaps, and I'm gonna spin it, but if you can tell, it's not spinning very well. And that's because I have my push pin just a little too much, so just try loosening it little by little, and then it should spin a little bit better the looser you make it. And if I focus really good with one eye closed, looking through, I can see my Jaguar running around in circles. And that's really cool. Now, after you use one of the templates, we can also switch it out for our other template, which is our little horse template. And we're gonna just pull out the push pin with our template and do the same. Push it through the middle. We have a circle right here, and then put it right back in that same hole, making sure we leave enough space for it to spin. And if I look through this one, which is just a little bit harder because the gaps are a little smaller, I can see the horse running through. There we go. And that's our Phenakistascope. Phenakistascope. And if you guys are curious, you can go online, you can search up Phenakistascope templates, and a bunch will pop up. And just print them out, glue them on the back of a black piece of paper, and you can swap them in and out as much as you like. Enjoy.